Hello, I'm TheZOMBIEJ, and we're going to talk about Bionicle G1 again, because I love this franchise. I really fucking do. This time we're going to talk about the Makuta from 2008. Not Pterodax. Oh, we've already spoken about him in my review of Pterodax from 2003. Just named Makuta, because that's the only name they gave him. Until later. So the Makuta from 2008, the first 5 in the first half of the year were all somewhat based on like mythological demons and scary things, you know? Which I thought was pretty fucking cool, because Antros being my favorite of the 3 canister sets, I gave him the nickname Demon of the Sky, and I once heard this somewhere else. I can't remember, but I ran with that and just called him Demon of the Sky. I once had a idea for a horror film where, you know, Antros is the mythological ancient evil demon thing that is awakened by a group of morons, because, yeah, and he kills them all, and he goes on a killing rampage, and eventually Radiac, the smaller demon, is unleashed to help Antros in his mission to, well, kill. And, well, this film never happened, obviously, but it's an interesting idea. So, it would require some CG and a lot of blood, and it would also require permission from LEGO to use the characters. Obviously, so. Anyway, but Antros is my favorite. He's just fucking awesome. Vampra looks like some kind of bat, almost. Like, he's got stubby little legs, and he's supposed to look like a bat. Makes sense to me. But his wings are basically supposed to fold all the way out, and he flies like that, as you see in the animation. That's not how a bat flies, but I can see what they were going for. He's got golly hooks for some reason, and yeah. To where Chirox, he has wings, and he has weapons on his Hordika neck, hands, and the funny thing about Chirox is that his arms can, you know, fold down. He's got like multiple articulation in his arms, so it helps him with flight, and it's also weird. Each of these 3 characters have a rib cage piece in their torso, in their chest, as a guard for the Tridex pod. But the thing is, what? Yeah, it feels like there are some flaws in the ideas of this Tridex pod being part of the Makuta. So where's the heart? Where are the internal organs? I get it, they're biomechanical beings. They are a race of cretins, evil cretins. Yeah, the Makuta is a species, not just a one character. So these 3 Makuta definitely had their flaws, and it's their it's the logistics behind the Tridex pod, in my opinion, because it's like, where's the heart light? Where is, yeah. These are questions that I'm sure some people have asked already, but Greg probably figured to just, you know, brush it off. It's not his deal anymore. So these 3 2008 Makuta from the first wave, the canister sets, they were pretty fucking awesome. I will say the mythological demon thing is pretty awesome. Demonology in general is kind of an interesting topic, but we'll save that for another day. But I can easily apply this to the Makuta of 2008, because Antros is just fucking awesome. Chirox is cool because he's got those fangs. Because he's like gonna bite you and turn you into a vampire or suck your blood. This is fun. The masks are pretty cool too. The weapons are awesome. I mean, Vampira has golly hooks in silver. That's nothing new, but and Chirox's weapons are, well, good luck avoiding those because you're going to get stabbed by them, and it's going to hurt. And yeah, I love the designs of these Makuta. They are fantastic. They are amazing. They are just awesome. They really are. The Triax pod seems like a gimmick, but it's still cool. And the Shadow Leeches are interesting, rubbery things. Makes you wonder where they get the Triax pods and where they get the Shadow Leeches. Is there an island in the Matoran universe where the Shadow Leeches are birthed or spawned? I don't know. If anybody knows that, let me know in the comment section below. So let's move on to Mutran, who is paired with Vikan, or Vikan, whatever you want to call his name is. Whatever. In a limited edition, special edition set, only available at Walmart. Never got the set, but, you know. And his build seems a little simpler. Still has Paraka feet. He has 3 claws, Mantax claws on each hand, which is interesting and unique for this character. He's got Rakshi lower legs as lower legs and lower arms. Paraka upper legs as upper arms and upper legs. And he's got 2 wings. 2 of the bat wing sort of thing, I guess you could call it, of the previous Makutas. And he also has a Chirox helmet, or mask, but it's black that goes to a lime green, and he's got the fangs so he can bite you. Nom, nom, nom. Still has the Triax pod, has a staff, and a sword. This guy looks pretty cool. His Matoran counterpart, Vikan, looks kind of interesting. He's got the Onua claws for his feet, which, take it or leave it. I mean, yeah. I still need to get this set, obviously. And of course, Icarax. I really want this set. I really need to get this set. He has the Triax pod. He's got 4 wings in total, which kind of form to make 2 giant wings, I guess. I don't know. He's got a staff, double-bladed sword thing, staff thing, with a set of claws protecting it, I guess. He's got a rotating blade shield thing. This guy looks like he's a little overtly busy with the legs. I feel like the legs are overly complicated than they really need to be, but they're designed rather well, in my opinion. He's got the Kraken mask, the Mask of Shadows, but it's actual black this time instead of Rakshi black. So, take it or leave it, I guess. It's cool. It's nice to have the Kraken back. It's nice to see it back after so long. But, you know, in 2008, you'd expect something different from Icarax. I like Icarax, I really do. I really want this set. I mean, $30 would probably be the best price for me. Complete or incomplete, but mostly just complete. I just want it complete, and I'd rather just pay $30 instead of $75 or whatever. Apparently he's very rare too. Well, not that rare, but you know what I mean. I almost got him at the minifig shop. Unfortunately, he was missing his one lower arm and his double-bladed weapon claws thing. And the Triax pod. And the Shadow Leeches. Don't take a Bionicle set to a resale shop when it's incomplete. Finish the fucking set and then take it there, because this is just fucking bullshit. Why would you do this? This is I I got Toa Iruni and Toa Norik. I had to finish them with parts from my own collection, and that is fucking stupid. I shouldn't have to do that. Seriously. Anyway. So, Icarax is pretty fucking awesome for a Titan. It feels a little bit forgettable because he only appears once in a comic from 2008, but he doesn't appear anywhere else in the comics. I don't remember seeing him in the comics. Maybe he's in the books, I don't know. But, yeah, so overall the first 5 Makuta from this wave they were pretty damn good, in my opinion. They were awesome, they kicked a lot of ass, and again, that whole mythological demon thing, while it doesn't really apply too much to Icarax, it still does, but, you know. Mutran also, I don't know. The point is, if you look at these 5 Makuta, there's definitely a diversity between these 5. They are all different and unique enough to warrant buying all of them, but they also share the Tridax pod feature, which unites them in one way. So, but then in 2008 came the only other 3 Makuta that we got, and that was Krika, Gorast, and Bittel. The Mystica Makuta. So, these were insect-like Makuta. Yes, again, they're a species. Shut up. Gorast I have, and I'm currently trying to write a fanfic of Ann-Charles and Gorast. Yes, it's a shipping fic. Fuck you. Because those exist. Gorast is a female Makuta, and she looks pretty interesting. She does have the Matoran 2008 leg arm thing, 6 of them. So there's less articulation there, but still. Each of the 3 Mystica Makuta has the Ninra Ghost Blaster, which is a fun blaster to play around with. Gorast has those wings, which that thing has those wings too. Yeah, Thornrax. She's got the Mystica claw things, her own claw things for her second, third, and fourth arms, and her feet. She has the whole chicken leg thing. So, going on. She does have her own mask, which looks mosquito-like. It's got that proboscis thing. So, it's interesting. The neck is just a Toa Metru lower arm. And, yeah, Gorast is pretty cool. She's my favorite of the 3. Krika, despite the jokes of the name, Lord, he looks pretty cool. He's a tall Makuta, obviously. He uses the Matoran 2008 arm leg piece, where it's just like an L type of thing. Yeah, that's the best way I can describe it right now. He uses those, and he has very spiky weapons as legs, and even in the animation he used it for like a hand, at least the tail end where it opens up like that to grab a piece of something. He has spiky lower legs too. I guess you can call them lower legs. They're basically just like, you know. And he has a Ninra Ghost Blaster mounted on a extra bit of him. His mask is fairly long. It kind of reminds me of a Xenomorph in a way, but at the same time it's so spiky you're gonna get stabbed by this guy one way or another. He does use the Makuta 2008 torso piece, but it doesn't have the Tridax pod, because why? Why would you give Krika that? Instead, he has a white chest armor that is used for Krika, and Onua, and Matanui, And those are the only 3 sets that have that piece. Why, Lego? So, Krika, overall, is a pretty good set. I don't get how he flies, though. He's more like a walking mantis type of thing. I don't know, but, I mean, for the most part, Krika is a good set, but he's definitely flawed. So, there you go. Bittle is supposed to be based off of like a beetle, because his name is Bittle. Beetle? Yeah. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. So, Bittle has those Mystica shields as his wings, along with those old Pohatu arms in yellow, which we've seen those in Slicers, I think. So, he's got the Matoran 2008 body, though, for whatever reason. Uses a Vaki head, reversed, obviously, to put his mask on. And it looks kind of beetle-like, I guess. It looks insectoid. So, I also should mention that Krika uses Baraki eyes in red, trans red. But Bittle uses 4 Rakshi lower legs as lower arms, and he's got Mystica Spike, Mystica Claw pieces, as well as the Gorast Claw pieces in silver for his feet. He uses these long, weird weapons. One of them is mounted to the Ghost Blaster, which is kind of interesting. He's got red barbs up and down him. That sounded wrong. And overall, Bittle seems well designed for the most part. Overall, when you put all 3 of these Makuta together in, like, side by side, they look like some kind of weird, unholy combination of cretins that, well, they don't match the aesthetic of the previous wave that well. But they stand out on their own as a team as a trio of cretins that work on their own, I guess. And you know what? There was another version of Antros for the Jet Tracks. I don't really count that version because why? So really, when you put the Mystica Makuta and the Fantoka Makuta along with Mutran and Icarax, that's 8 Makuta. When you put them all together side by side, it seems like, you know, there's a lot of differences here between the Fantoka and Mystica Makutas. It's striking how different they went with the Makuta species in 2008. I mean, they've done this before, obviously, with the Fantoka and the Mystica Toa of that same year. They tried to tie them in together and do it really well, but also still having differences between them. Obviously, the Mystica having a lot more silver, but still, you know, when you put the Fantoka and the Mystica Toa Nuva sets together, they look like a team of heroes, as they used to be when they were Nuva and Mata. But still, as for the Makuta, well, there's a lot of differences between each of them to warrant a purchase of all of them. Even though I still never got Mutran and Vikan and Icarax, I still feel that all of these Makuta that came out in 2008, they look like a team of evil guys, but at the same time, you know, there's so many differences between them that it feels like they really knocked it out of the park with the first 5 Makuta, that the next 3 Makuta were just kind of it was hard to really match the first wave, so they kind of went sort of clusterfuck with this year, and that's a good thing in some regards, but for the most part, it's kind of a bad thing because you want to be consistent with your Makuta. Obviously, you want Makutas to be different from each other, but this was beyond different. This was just, it was a clusterfuck. I mean, really. The Makuta from 2008 had a lot of unique parts and recolors and stuff, so that was pretty cool. And unique masks, obviously, that attach weirdly for the Mystica. But at the same time, you know, you expect something. You expect these sets to have more of a substance to them, you know, more something. You expect something more from these, to where you look at them nowadays, it feels like, well, that happened because it happened, and you know, as a result, the 2008 Makuta were for the most part seen as great sets, but I mean, at least the 2008 Toa from that year looked like a team of heroes, to where these Makuta just looked like a jumbled heap of mess for the most part. I mean, I enjoyed them for the most part. They all looked pretty fucking awesome, but I still bought them, except for Icarax and Mutran. But you know, I feel like there was I expected more from this from the Mystica wave of Makuta. You know, I expected another one or two different Makuta, like they did with the Fantoka line. So it was like they shot themselves in the foot with the Mystica Makuta, and it's not okay. At the same time, it felt like they shot themselves in the foot with the Mystica Toa, but, you know, they kind of redeemed themselves with Takanuva, bringing him back, and he's a Titan. He's the Toa of Twilight, and he looked pretty cool, too. I never got him, but yeah. Came close to getting him at the minifig shop. It was only parts, though, so... but, yeah, the Makuta from 2008, diverse builds. Some of them were more, strange than others. I like the designs of all of them. I feel like they all have something to offer for individuals. I feel like they really pulled it off really well in the first half of the year. That the second half of the year for the Makuta was just not going to be up to snuff, and that's a shame. It really is, because the Mystica Makuta really had something to offer, but there was promise there. It just wasn't really realized that well. And as a result of that, the Mystica Makuta were seen as worse than the Fantoka Makuta. And while I kind of disagree with this in a way, because I like them all for reasons, but I can understand why some people prefer the Fantoka Makuta over the Mystica Makuta. Arguably, I could also see why people defend the Mystica Makuta over the Fantoka Makuta, because, well, insects. Because people like insects for some reason. Okay, so if you're a fan of bugs, that's great. Sure, I go for the mythological demon thing, because Antros is just fucking awesome. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about my idea for a horror film with Antros as the ancient evil demon thing. And let me know in the comment section below what your take is on the 2008 Makuta in general. All 8 of them. Not counting the second Antros we got. That was just a fucking waste, honestly. That version of the mask from Antros just looks fucking terrible. It really does. It doesn't match well with the... I get it was trying to be different from the original Jutlin, but it just looks fucking terrible. It looks god-awful. It's one of the worst masks I've ever seen in G1. And I get it, they did the same thing with the Miru from that same year. But hey, at least that mask looks pretty cool, actually. So, overall, the Fantoka and Mystica Makuta, while being different enough to warrant inclusion in the story and also inclusion in your collection, I mean, they could be worse. They could be better, but they could be worse. You know, it's one of those things. It's a double-edged sword type of thing. I like these sets, but at the same time, I recognize there's flaws with them. So with the Fantoka, it feels like that was a perfect 5 sets right there. They had their flaws, but still. To where the Mystica Makuta, I felt like something was missing there, and it felt like the designs were getting a bit more convoluted and weird, and I get why some people couldn't get behind the Mystica because, well, they just didn't look that great for most part. Some of them, some people didn't really like the Mystica Toa because, well, there's too much silver, and while I can agree with that, the silver thing, but, you know, it's nice to have silver in your Toa team. I mean, why not? I mean, seriously, it's fine, you know? There was silver in the Makuta from that year, too. It's just there wasn't enough silver in fact, there was no silver in Krika except for that blaster. So, it's a pick your poison type of thing, you know? So, there you go. But that's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'll be back with a couple more videos today, and yeah, so stay tuned for more videos. I am TheZOMBIEJ. I'll see you folks later. Have a good fucking day, and peace.